Hey there, today I'm making chicken sausage and you are absolutely going to love this recipe. And I made this fabulous chicken sausage sandwich. Here, take a bite. Test for yourself. It is absolutely to die for delicious. You want to see how I made it? Stick around. Hello and welcome back to the Road to Good Cooking. I know I've been gone an awfully long time, but for those of you that haven't read my community posts, I moved back in July, so it took me a minute to get everything set up. But now I'm here, I got my kitchen all set up, and I'm good to go. Today we're going to be making chicken sausage breakfast links. And I'm going to do my prep work first, and then we'll get started grinding up the meat and stuffing it, and you'll see the whole process. So wash your hands, scrub underneath your nails, wash your arms with soap and water because I know you guys got them hairy arms, and let's get to making some sausage. Okay, so making breakfast sausage, I'm going to be using natural sheep casings, and they come packed in salt, so you're going to have to soak them in some cold water. We talked about this in earlier videos, but I'll go over it again. And I usually soak it in some cold water, and then I run some water through each one just to make sure that I got all that salt out, because my sausage seasoning is going to be salty enough, so I don't need to add any extra salt. So let me get my scissors here. Hang on just one second. Okay, now to start out, I'm going to do this with cold water, and I always try to find an end. Let me zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. I start off with the end, just like this, and then I cut it so I have me a nice clean edge. Get rid of that. And then find the opening, which is going to be a little tricky, but you'll find it. See, it looks just like, you see it? See the opening there? And then just run some cold water through it. Zooming back out here. And you'll see it'll blow up like a balloon. Let me get over on this side so you can see it. See how it blows up? Looks just like a little balloon. And this way I can make sure that I'm getting all that salty water out of there. But this is merely your own personal preference. And once I get that water all the way through, I'd run it, pull it like so. And that flushes all that water out, all that salty water out of there. Now they're going to be kind of tangled up, so just take your time with this process. Don't get all crazy, because you know sausage making is all about patience. And you know, because I got a tangle there, I'm just going to cut it out right there. One down, and I'll put it in some clean cold water. Find the next one. And these scissors here, I only use them for this purpose. So, you know, if you're going to really get into sausage making, make sure you have dedicated pieces of equipment that you use just for making sausage. Don't let your kids be doing their art projects with those scissors. Okay, my new kitchen and my my new place is set up a little bit differently, and my counters, I don't have any place to attach my sausage stuffer. So I have it on a board, and I clamped it to the board, and it's over the sink. So this way I can, I got room to move my hand crank. But I tell you what, you do what you got to do. And I have, for those of you that don't know, I'm a professional caterer, and I have tons of stainless steel tables in my garage, but I got to thinking, I said, I'm not going to be digging out a table every time I want to, make some sausage. So I had to improvise and adapt to my new surroundings, and this is what I came up with. Not bad, huh? And this is my board just for chicken, and I'll show you, let me turn the camera around here. Here it is. Let me get back here so you can see. I had to rig it up where it made sense, but that makes total sense, right? Uh-huh. And this is my designated board just for doing chicken. So yeah, I marked it for chicken. And that's all I do on this board is cut chicken and do what I have to do with chicken. And then there's my designated scissors, and there's the finished casings all washed up, clean, ready to go. So, you know what? You do what you have to do to make it work, right? And this works. Okay, I got my grinder all set up. There's my chicken back there. It was in the freezer for about 20 minutes. That way it has a nice chill on it. And everything is all set up on my grinder. And there's the bowl that I'm going to be using. And to see how I set my grinder up, just refer back to the link that I'm going to show you in the iCard above, and that'll show you how I put everything together. My chicken's in the hopper. It's good to go. Okay, for this recipe, I'm using my game, bird, and poultry breakfast sausage seasoning. And I'll put the link to this seasoning packet in the description box below. And it states that if you're going to use 1 pound of pork and 2 pounds of poultry, use 2 tablespoons of the seasoning. Now, I'm not using pork, I'm using all chicken, so that's going to be, I'm going to use 3 pounds of poultry, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the seasoning mix. And it also states if for more intense flavor, some of our customers add double the amount of the seasoning, which is what I did, because I do like it and more intense flavor. And I also added a couple of dashes of crushed red pepper flakes just to bump up the heat level a little bit. And I'm adding a splash of olive oil because my chicken is all white meat and I want my chicken to be nice and moist. And for every pound of meat, I have 3 pounds of meat, so you use 1/4 cup per pound. So this is 3/4 cups of ice cold water. And I'm going to mix that up with my seasoning, just whisk it up until it's well combined. And it smells so good. Oh my goodness. You're going to love this seasoning. And it works with pork and with chicken. And that little bit there, I'm taking that out from my Sophie. Yes, my beagle is spoiled. And then I'm going to add my seasoning mix to the meat. And make sure you get all that goodness out of your measuring cup. You don't want to leave anything in there. And we mix. And this meat is ice cold. So I would recommend wearing some gloves unless you have Incredible Hulk hands and you can handle this ice cold meat. But not me. I'm a wimp. And just mix it until it's well incorporated. And I put a fine grind on this. I was going to grind it twice, but I don't think it's necessary. It looks pretty good, don't you think? So I'm going to leave it as is. I'm just going to keep mixing until everything is well combined. And you'll feel the meat it'll start getting sticky, as you continue to mix it up. But that's a good thing. That's what you want. And from here, I'm going to cover it up with a piece of plastic and set it aside and wash all of my my meat grinding equipment, the blades and everything. And you want to do that right after you get done grinding up your meat, because if you let it set, that meat is going to dry and it's going to be a pain in the butt to clean up. It really is. So you want to do this after this step. And we're done. Okay, I got my sausage in my canister here, and you just line it up just like this, And I'm going to carefully put it down in there. And let me get the sausage casing started. I'm curious to see how my little jerry-rigged system is going to do this time, so let's see. With clean, ashy hands, let's put the sausage casing on here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to oil this down so they'll slide on there a little bit easier. And try to keep your sausage casings in the water as you're doing this process. And that was a pro tip from another viewer. I thought that was a great pro tip. And I usually try to keep it on there, but sometimes I get impatient and I take it out of the water and then it fights me like it's doing right now. The first one is always the hardest one to go on. Okay, I got the first batch done. Now the one thing I found challenging was that my board kept moving like this, so I ended up putting a cast iron pan on the end, and that kind of held it in place. So I can see right now I'm going to have to find me another spot that I can attach my my sausage stuffer to. So this is how I make the links. I start off with at the end like this, and make them about as long as you want. I usually like mine about not that long. And you just twist them. You got a perfect little link. Pinch out the next one. Always try to pinch, twist. Pinch and twist. Go in the opposite direction. Sometimes they link by themselves, so. And they don't have to be perfect. That's the charm of making homemade sausage. There's a little one like that. I'll save that one for Sophie. First batch done. I love it. Look, I can see all that's the spice in there. Oh my God. They smell so good. First batch done. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to go off camera and I'll finish doing the rest of them. But you got the gist of it. You know, and there's enough sausage. I have enough sausage videos on my channel where you can go and check them out. But that's it. First batch done. So let me get the rest of them done. Okay, I got all the sausage links that I could handle. I mean, I was really stressing with that last batch because my board kept moving like this. So I'm going to have to find another way to attach my board, or go get one of my stainless steel tables and do it like I used to, attach it to the table. So the last pound about, I just left it in a roll, and I'll make patties with these. And then the sausage is left in here like this. You remember how we did it? I took it out. This is I'm gonna have this for breakfast right now. So I just took a piece of aluminum like this, made me a little makeshift plunger, and just stuck it in the ends like this. And then I used one of my skewers to push it out, and you'll see it come out here. See this, pushing it like so, and then push it out, because that's way too much meat to leave in my tube to waste. I'm just not going to waste it. And it comes out. There we go. All out. There's my little piece of aluminum. Discard that. And this is nice and clean. Hey, nothing in there. All done. Get that little bit out of here. And that's empty. And I'm gonna have this for breakfast. Make me a patty. And there you go. Okay, so let me get cleaned up and make me some breakfast, and I'll be back and to finish everything out for you. Alrighty? Okay, I got everything all washed up, bleached down, and ready to go. And there's my grinder. I'm going to leave that out because I'm making bologna tomorrow. There's my margarita maker, which I am so going to put in good use today. And when I was unpacking, I found 2 of my cookbooks, so I'm happy about that. And then here is all the sausage making equipment. My scale, my stuffer, all the blades. And there's the the hopper. But one thing I wanted to point out is that when you're washing, make sure you guys take this O-ring off. This O-ring goes like right around here. And make sure you take that off because there's always sausage underneath here and you don't want that to be in your next batch of sausage. And this ring right here, see it lays flat like this, but it too has sausage underneath there. So take your brush and scrub it really good. And for the blade, this next clip will show you how I wash this blade. Alright, the fine grinding plate has a million holes in it and you really want to get all of that raw meat out of those holes. So I found this brush. It's actually a vegetable brush and it's a perfect size for this plate. And look at that. I just put it right on top of the bristles. All those bristles go through every single last one of those holes. Just press it down in there, you know, push it up and down, and it just gets after it. I normally do this under running water, but I'm at my sister's house. Oops, it slipped out of my hand. I'm at my sister's house, so I'm at the counter. And in my container, I have a couple of drops of bleach in my water. And see what I mean? It gets all those little holes. And it cleans it nice, and you just push it up and down like this. I do it a couple of times until I, make sure that it's clean, and then rinse it off really good, and I'm ready to go for the next time. You don't want that meat dried in there because then it's going to end up in your next batch of sausage, and you don't want that. And normally, if I'm not making another batch of sausage, I leave all this out, and I let it air dry, and before I put it up. And I always oil this down, and my other blade, which it's over there on the sink. I need to go get that. But make sure you wash everything down. Wipe your kitchen down with bleach. My kitchen smells like bleach, for real. But I don't care because I know everything is clean. Everything I touched, I wipe down with bleach. Everything. So just get in the habit of doing that. That way you won't make anybody sick. And to all my sausage making sisters out there, I know you know what I'm talking about, because guys have a tendency to want to rush through things and not, clean up after themselves, but we have to clean up after ourselves. And I always use about a teaspoon of bleach in my dishwater, and I make sure that everything is washed down and soaped down and rinsed off and air dried before I put it up. Alrighty? So I'm going to make me some breakfast and I'll be right back. But this sandwich was off the charts good. Thank you so much for stopping by, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I really appreciate you stopping by and spending a few minutes of your day with me, and I hope that you had a sandwich in front of you. If not, next time you're in my neck of the woods, stop by and I'll make you one. But thank you so much, everyone who's been hanging in there with me. Sorry I was gone for so long, but I'm back now. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That way YouTube will share it with other people that like these type of videos, cooking videos and me eating at the end. That's the best part. And I hope you all are staying safe. Keep wearing your mask. Stay in prayer and know that God is still on the throne and He is still in control, and we're going to come through this thing just fine, and we're going to be stronger on the other side. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Be blessed and keep on cooking.